Hey, just popping in really quick before we get started. So I've already edited the video and I lost the audio for what was going to be pile number 4. So I've just kind of censored out that pile. We're just going to focus on piles 1 through 3 because I felt like those readings were still super important and I really wanted to put them out there for y'all today. So just bear with me on the editing skills here. Thanks. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel where every Wednesday I upload a new pick a card video. But in today's video, things look a little bit different than they normally do, but I'm actually kind of liking this setup. Today's topic is going to be over your current relationship and where it is headed. I'm excited because this is my first relationship reading that I'm doing on here. So really quick, I'm just going to cleanse the cards and the decks that I'll be using, setting intentions for providing the most accurate reading of my ability with everybody's highest good in mind. So here we have piles 1, 2, 3. On pile 1, we have some red jasper. On pile 2, we have some citrine. Pile 3, some flower agate. And there's also timestamps in the description down below. That way, whenever you figure out which one is going to be your reading, you can just skip right ahead to it. If you're having a little bit of a struggle figuring out how to listen to your intuition, one thing you can do is kind of close your eyes, empty your mind, and whichever number 1 through 4 pops in your head first is the one. If that one doesn't quite work out for you, then something else I like to do is take a spot to look at, like let's say right here on this little moon. Focus on this and then just bring your attention to your peripheral vision. And usually you'll notice that one of these cards is going to start like dragging your eyesight towards it, and that's going to be the one for you. Okay, group number 1, let's get into your current relationship energies. So this card over here is going to represent you. We have the Hermit reversed. This card over here is going to represent your partner. This is the Hanged Man reversed. And then here, the energy between you guys is the 6 of Swords, also in the reverse position. So what I'm getting here from the energies and the cards that I'm seeing is that there is a disconnect between you and your current partner. This is causing you to kind of withdraw and feel a little bit isolated, a little like just alone, due to a lack of understanding and like comprehension of, I'm really getting a feeling of like the direction that you guys want to go, your like goals that you have, just how you handle situations, like maybe even like a communication issue, is what's causing you to feel alone and isolated. The Hangman being in reverse is a resistance to change, like not being willing to shift perspective. So I do feel like there's some type of mindset or just some limiting belief, whether that's towards you or towards themselves, I'm not quite sure yet, but there's some type of like lack mindset or limiting belief that they are resistant to change from. And that's causing this stagnation and like a lack of understanding of the mutual direction that you guys want to go in. What this is also telling me here is that there's something that's almost like being held on to due to this disconnect here. Like maybe this can also represent a resistance to change as well. And I feel like through some of the communication issues that are here, there's almost like a bit of a nervousness or to like speak up and fully communicate everything due to this big resistance of shifting mindset that's kind of causing you to withdraw and keep to yourself a little bit more, just out of like safety and protection. And I don't always mean in like a super drastic way when it comes to safety, but just in like to save your emotional, I'm like, I don't know, it's not like wear you out, like you just don't want to deal with it, maybe that kind of thing. um so there's just like a disconnect there, and I feel like you cannot, you feel like you cannot say everything you need to say due to the big resistance, is what I'm trying to get at. And I feel like in return, that's also causing this like, hi, Alan, that's also causing a little bit of feeling stuck or feeling like you can't really move forward until things get taken care of. There's like some unfinished business. And I really do think that all comes down to communication, but also like there has to be a mutual willingness to get there. So let's go ahead and do some more cards and see what else they have to say. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I do feel like the energies are very demanding, or perhaps even like aggressive. There's just like a harshness in the way that this communication is happening. There's an aggression and a harshness in the way that the communication is happening. And that's where that disconnect is. That's what's not allowing you to move forward. So, kind of what I was saying a minute ago, like there is this like reactionary um, type of energy from your partner that's causing you to just kind of like be to yourself and isolate. And then the next card we have is the Lovers in reverse. So there's just a big disconnect there. So I do feel like the direction that you guys are headed, there needs to be a big confrontation, a big talk, um, a big like reality check. That's the word that I'm looking for. A reality check that's going to allow you to move in the proper direction. Now we also have the Fool in the reverse position too. This can represent like a little bit of recklessness. Again, I feel like this is heavy on the communication, like just having maybe not really like thinking before we are speaking. And I do feel like this can go a bit both ways, and that's kind of where that reckless energy is coming in from, because you both feel like your needs are unmet, you both feel unheard, that sort of thing. And that's what is kind of causing this like reckless, impulsive, a little bit aggressive, and like I think maybe antagonizing is the other word that I'm looking for, type of energy or responsiveness that you guys have to each other. So that is what I'm getting there. And then we also have the Seven of Cups, but in the reverse position. So this can represent like the, okay, so the cups, think about these as like all these different choices, all these different like potential ways that this could go. And there can be some overwhelm with that when this is in the reverse position. So I really do feel like there's a lot of overthinking, and this is taking a lot of like a big emotional toll on you because you don't quite really know what to expect. I do feel like this is maybe not an all the time situation, but it's one that's starting to just kind of, if it hasn't already been, but like starting to amp up a little bit more, and it's just causing confusion and some overwhelm because you're like not really quite sure what direction that you are wanting to head, because you are feeling like you can't quite move from this, whether that is like together or apart. Like either way, there is a block that is in your brain due to the emotional overwhelm of like, I don't even know what to expect, I don't even know what's going to happen. So let's take a look at, now that we know what is currently going on and how that's causing you guys to feel, let's go ahead and take a look at the things that you should put in place and what path that'll kind of bring you down. So remember, this is all with your highest good in mind. If there's anything that you want to change, you can do that, but it does take, two willing participants. Okay, so a tower moment is absolutely necessary for both of you guys. That is what I'm seeing here. So sometimes a foundation that just doesn't work, like it has to crumble, because like it's inevitable. Like this energy, this situation here is not working for either of you guys. So there has to be a tower moment. That can look like a big disagreement. It can look like a breakup. It could look like just a really, those are the two things I'm saying. A big disagreement or a breakup that's going to cause you guys to really have that reality check and kind of face each other, and really confront what like actually needs to be talked about. Ooh, I feel like some of the problems here are like getting hung up on like technicalities, or just maybe getting really stuck on like just kind of nitpicking at each other. Like it just gets really mean and unnecessary and off track. And I feel like this tower moment is really going to like bring that to light. Like that's going to be the opportunity where you both kind of have this like, I really see that this is not exactly what we want it to be at all. So after you have that tower moment, that is what's going to push you guys in the right direction, because in order for a new foundation and a better foundation to be built, the old one has to go away. So that's what this represents here. Let's see what else is to come after this Tower moment. So we have the King of Cups in the reverse. So that is like that. This is definitely going to take an emotional toll on you both in your own different ways. The King of Cups in reverse can represent like just feeling out of, like, not in control of our emotions, like more so in a sense of just not emotionally stable. Not that like you're out of control, as in like your actions are out of control, but just like you are not feeling stable. You don't have that like security due to this Tower moment. That makes sense. Now there is going to be some opportunity from this. That is kind of what I was thinking and seeing a little bit ago when I was saying, like, in order for a new, better foundation to come, you have to like break down the old one. So once this Tower moment happens, the reality of just really lacking in your emotional stability, once this is faced and just accepted and met, this is going to bring a new, like, there's a new opportunity for creating that home life, that the material life, just how you want things to look and feel. Like, that opportunity is now available to you because you recognize these emotions just on a deeper level than you really thought you had. And now you're having this aha moment of like, okay, I fully understand what this means for myself and how I want to move forward and how I don't ever want to feel like this again. And this is just going to open up an entirely new door, new way of living for you. Whether, and again, this is a general reading, so it just take this how this applies to you. This does not mean your relationship is doomed. This could mean that you are a very, you know, perfect match. You're just going through an incredibly hard time and you have a Tower moment and then you come back better than ever. Like, that is a possibility too. But for some of you, this may actually be this Tower moment. You are taking a step away and this opportunity is just for you. So again, take it how it resonates. This is not dooming everybody, but simply just giving you the outlook on where things are headed with the current energies. So here we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. This can represent an imbalance in your priorities and just in your day to day. So I do feel that that is going to be something that is a little bit tricky. Like, now that you have all of these ideas and this new opportunity to start life in a different way and just to start feeling in a different way, it's going to be a little bit tricky to kind of balance out those things because that's something you haven't really um, practiced before or done before, because just things haven't been lining up that way. Let's see. We also have the Page of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay. So with the Page of Swords, this is going to be like new ideas, new ways of thinking, a new perspective. And the Three of Swords represents like heartache, heartbreak. So I do feel that this is going to be a very emotionally intense time for you. And, oh, I'm so sorry. I just hit the mic. Hopefully that didn't sound horrible. I do feel like this is going to be an emotionally intense time for you. And it's just going to cause some deep thinking and some perhaps grieving in some areas. For those of you that are going to be leaving or ending a relationship, whether this is in the near future or maybe months from now, I do feel like this just takes a course of time, that you are going to have to really face some things that are really hard. And that's going to put you through a period of just feeling a little unsure, and it's going to cause some self doubt. But the key thing to remember here is that through this Tower moment, and after this Tower moment, that's where the opportunity comes out. You're just going to have to really balance your priorities and balance your mental health and just the way that you process and think about the situation, because these two things are going to be a little bit tricky handling that down the line. But to just not give up on this new, like, just your new perspective of viewing yourself, viewing your goals, and like how you want to move forward in things. Okay, let's do some oracle cards and see what else we get. Okay, so here we have mystery. So This is a card of unknown. This card can represent like a very magical time as well. So this situation is going to be pretty daunting because you aren't quite sure where things are headed and you aren't quite really sure what to expect. So that's where that mystery lies. However, there is so much opportunity and so much more life to be lived and so many more experiences to go through to just help level you up and better understand everything. So that's the positive from this, is that this is a mystery right now, but it's just going to lead to so much more for you. And then we have the patience card. So this takes time, not being too hard on yourself if you're not making progress as quickly as you want to be, or if your partner isn't making progress as quickly as they want to be. Collaborating is going to be huge. So communication, being willing to be open and vulnerable, and allow yourself to say everything that you have to say. Just making sure that you're coming from a genuine place and we're not getting back into that Queen of Wands reversed energy where it's just a little bit like harsh, petty, aggressive, that kind of thing. And then we have create. So this experience here is giving you the opportunity to create the life that you genuinely want and that you actually like align with. So even though things feel really wacky and kind of suck right now, this is seriously the opportunity for you to come to either together with your partner or even just collaborate with yourself and really create the dream life that you have been wanting. It's just going to take some patience and some trust because there is a lot of unknowns still. But the more you can trust in yourself and the universe, it literally always works out. Okay, the answers you need are coming. So this is your reassurance to trust and just keep going, keep moving forward, even though this feels unsure. The energy is gaining momentum. So be sure to not give up on yourself and get back in that isolated withdrawal type of energy, because that's just going to keep perpetuating this cycle of feeling unheard and unseen. Look at the bigger picture. So right now it might hurt. Right now it might be a little troubling. But look at the bigger picture. Like everything is going to be okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. So only good things are going to come from you speaking out and just staying true to yourself and doing what is best for you. You're very close to achieving your goal. So this is all super good news. Like I do feel like this reading was a little bit heavy, but the cards don't lie. They're going to tell it like it is. And sometimes you really need that or else we are going to stay stuck. So that is what we are getting with the moon cards. I'm going to do these last two cards here. And this one is going to represent you and just your energy and that sort of thing. Okay, we had two cards come out. So we have mistletoe, which is interdependence. And then we also have lily of the valley, open your heart. Okay. Okay, so with the interdependence card and the open your heart card, these kind of go hand in hand because this one talks about basically just having more of that like self-belief in yourself, becoming more of an independent person and knowing that like you are fully capable of making the moves that you want to make, even if they seem hard and tricky, and that you are fully capable of just like accomplishing whatever it is that you put your mind to. Now, the tricky part with that is sometimes when we go through hard moments, especially like a potential breakup or just relationship conflict, that can almost push us to like too far on the spectrum of being interdependent, and we can become more closed off and isolated to people because like, oh, we're not going to trust anybody, we're just going to do everything ourselves and never ask for help when we need it, and that can just like cause a whole problem in itself and lead us to burnout and all sorts of things. And then how that connects with the lily of the valley card, open your heart, is again when we go through tough times like trauma, breakups, conflict in relationships, that sort of thing, it can cause us to put up walls. It can cause us to close our heart a bit. And that closes us off to opportunity, potential, new ways of thinking, new ideas that you can start applying to your life, just any opportunity that totally blocks it off because you're in that mindset of well, I don't want to get my feelings hurt again, whether that's with new relationships, or I don't want to um, try something new because usually it doesn't work out good for me anyway. So I'm just going to stick here. Like that just immediately shuts down every opportunity that you could ever potentially have. So this is your reminder to, through this process, believe in yourself and trust that you are capable of doing anything you put your mind to. But don't forget that you still have to allow your walls to be down a little bit and allow yourself to build connections and have trustworthy people in your life. Like this does not mean that you are always doomed to just not feel good. Like it's super key here that you're able to shift that perspective into just having more self trust and self belief, um, and still being open to love and happy feelings. So that was your reading group one. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. I can't wait to hear back. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Silver Winter Tarot. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Okay, group number two, this is going to be your reading. So let's get right into it. So here we have the Star, the Temperance, and the Ten of Cups reversed. So how I'm doing this layout to start out, this is going to represent you, your partner, and the energy between you guys. So for the Star card, this card is a lot about trust and balance and just having faith in your dreams and your accomplishments and just everything you want. Like this card here too. This card is all about balance as well. Um, and as you can see here in both the imagery, like she has a foot in the water and the ground. Same with the Star card, in the water and the ground. And this represents that, like, that connection to being grounded, but also being in touch with your emotional side. So feeling your feelings, processing them, but not allowing yourself to get so caught up in them that you're not in the present moment anymore. And the Ten of Cups in the reverse position, this can indicate like a lack of harmony and alignment and happiness in um, within like their emotions. This can also relate to like struggles in family life or like past relationships. The reason I'm saying past is because the current energy of this relationship is super like warm and balancing and gentle. So this energy that I'm picking up for your partner is like they have been through something, and I feel like you have had your own experiences as well that have been difficult, but there is something about your mindset and just the outlook that you have on life and just the way that you are trying to approach life that is so key and so helpful for your partner. And it's bringing a nice, like, just warm, fuzzy balance to the relationship to both of you because you're learning and gaining more strength and more empathy through their experience and how you can be a better partner for them. And they are learning how to view themselves in a better light and bring more of your mindset into their life and try and apply it into the way they are living. And that's just bringing in like this really nice balance between you guys. Now, sorry, I just hit the mic. Now, with this, there are going to be some difficult moments because I feel like sometimes it's going to be a little bit tricky for you to fully understand why your partner may react to something a certain way or have feelings about something because you just don't see it that way, just because you maybe haven't had that same experience as they have had. But that's kind of where like the balance on their end comes in because this is just opening your mind up to different scenarios and just getting a better understanding of like how to approach these things and just how to work through um, hardship. Okay, let's see what other cards we get. Here we have the King of Wands. So this is a card of like stability, knowing exactly what you want, exactly what your goals are, and just being like majorly focused on them. So I feel like this is a really solid foundation that you both are creating for yourselves and for your future and your family. You have really good ideas of what it is that. Sorry, my mic cut out. I'm not quite sure where that left off, but let me get back into it. Okay, so we have the King of Wands, and then we also have the Three of Wands in the reverse position. So, like I was saying, is that Here, you know your goals, you're building a solid foundation, you are very focused on what it is that you want. However, with the Three of Wands being in the reverse, this can show that there's a little bit of like delays, or maybe you're not quite sure exactly how you're going to get there because there are some obstacles. I'm kind of getting the feeling that that is like just with the future of your family life. I'm kind of getting like maybe where you want to live, maybe the type of home you want to have, or the place that you want to live. Like you have your goals, you have your ideas, but you're not quite sure how to accomplish them, or like where to start, or maybe it's just taking a little bit too long to get there. Um, so that is something that I'm seeing, but it's going to be super key. Like that's where that trust and that focus comes in. Like super key to just kind of stick to your goals. Ooh, being very, very clear and confident in your ideas and your thoughts. That is going to really help keeping things move along. We have the Nine of Swords in the upright. So this is going to be key to not let that anxiety, those catastrophizing thoughts, get in the way of your forward movement. And this is also kind of what I'm getting, like this is on this side, and I'm really feeling it connect to the partner's card. Like I feel like there's just this lack of like self-worth and thinking that they're capable and good enough. And the clarity card, like this is where you both need to come in, and like I'm really getting like sit down and write down your exact goals and your exact thoughts together. Get very clear, very precise on what it is that you want and how you want to feel. And hi Olive. And that's going to be super super key. And okay, sorry, that's going to be super super key in making progress forward with accomplishing the goals of creating the home life that you guys want to have for yourselves. Olive, get out the way. Okay, let's go ahead and do some more cards. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a card of abundance and just really enjoying the hard work has paid off and you're enjoying it. So I feel like you both are going to be able to stay true to this goal of staying clear in your thoughts, not overthinking too much, and just continuing that balance and staying focused on your goals. And that's going to bring you to a place of feeling abundant with your money, with your home life, with your friends and family. Like everything's just going to feel like it's falling into place. Ooh, now we do have the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. So this can signify like there's a little bit of dissatisfaction because I do feel that it's maybe not happening in the time that you thought it would be. The Pentacles can be a little bit slow moving, and that's the energy that I'm getting a little bit of, like this stagnation and delay. And I feel like that's why there's some confusion and some uncertainty and like lack of self-belief in there, because this is taking a little bit of time. And so that's causing a little bit of dissatisfaction. But this is your reminder to like not get too greedy and to be very grateful and thankful of all the tiny little baby steps that are getting you closer and closer to this more abundant life. Being grateful is super key in like manifesting in more of what it is that you want and what you're getting. And then the Eight of Cups right here is walking away from something. So you're going to be walking away from this mindset, walking away from this old life pattern and embarking on this new journey. So there are wonderful things ahead for you guys. It's just super key that you lean on each other in these hard moments and just build that trust and faith within each other and stay focused on your goals, and just don't allow past experiences or any current experiences that don't go as planned to like define yourself and define your future. Confidence. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and like believe that you can do it. Confidence is super key here. Strength. So I feel like that's pretty to the point. Like persevering through the hard moments, finding the strength to face the difficult things, the strength to just keep that like grateful mindset. That can be really hard and heal. So this is going to be a time that not only allows you to practice your confidence and strength and just staying balanced, but this is also going to be a time where you are healing some of those like past wounds because you are having these new experiences that start to work out for you. Once you start trusting yourself and believing in yourself a little bit more, you are going to see the benefits of the hard work that you are putting in. And that's going to be very healing. We also have sacred. So when this comes up, this typically means that this is like a big turning point. It's really important. This could be like a spiritual journey, a spiritual awakening. Like, I feel like you both going down this path is going to be so special to the two of you because it's starting a whole new, what am I trying to say? Like a whole new way of life for y'all. It's going to be a really key, big moment for you. That is what I'm saying. So let's do some more cards, see what else we get. What do you need to release? This is going to be big on the self-doubt, the lack mindset. Those are the two things that I think is really going to be beneficial for you both to like really focus on releasing. Like, I would even potentially find some like little sayings or mantras that you can start your day with to just kind of help release that immediate feeling of like nervousness or unsure and just, having that self-doubt. And then bring love into the situation. So this is really key whenever we go through something that is like difficult, or it just seems like we keep having bad luck and all of that stuff. So bringing love into the situation means having more compassion and empathy for yourself, more compassion and empathy for your partner through the process. Like, making sure to basically not turn on yourself and turn on each other in hard moments, and just bring that love into it, bring a calm, gentle energy into it. And that's just really going to help you push through. The energy is gaining momentum. So that is key that you're on the right track. This is heading you in the right direction. Don't let your past hold you back. So again, not getting stuck and held up on those past experiences, the things that haven't worked out for you, and just focusing on each other as a team. Step out of your comfort zone. Ooh, so that's a big one. Like, sometimes we get stuck in these old patterns because it's what feels safe and like because it's normal to us. Like, that's what we've been doing. So allowing ourselves to try something new, get a little bit uncomfortable, and just keep working towards our goals, even though it feels like it's an uphill battle sometimes. That's what's going to help you continue to move forward. Okay, so this next card I'm going to do here is just going to be like something about you, a reminder for you. So, okay, surrender. Yeah, just let go and give trust into the universe and yourself, and have patience, like mega patience. I feel like it's going to be super key in this. But that was your reading. Basically, the overview is this is a really solid, balanced, loving relationship. And even though things feel a little bit unsure of the direction you are headed, just staying true to yourself and just really building up that confidence is going to be super huge. That there is success in y'all's goals and your progress forward. Just stay in that grateful, trusting mindset. So, yeah, that was your reading group number 2. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and check me out on Instagram, Silver Winter Tarot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, group number 3, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So here we have the 2 of Wands, the 4 of Swords reversed, and the Lovers. So how I am interpreting this is this card over here represents you, this represents your partner, and this is the energy between you both. Now, what this is telling me that on your side of things, there is some deep contemplation of just like self-discovery. Like, what is it that you want for your future? What are you planning? What are you thinking about? What is it that you really want for yourself? And I feel like You're just in like kind of contemplation mode, like self-discovery mode of like, what do you want? That is the vibe that I'm getting for you. And with your partner, I mean, they have the Lover's card. This is a card of like alignment and harmony and just feeling love and joy. Like, so I feel like your partner has a lot of joy within themselves and a lot of passion within themselves. And I do feel like that passion is towards you and in the relationship. But I do feel like there's some type of disconnect, or there's just something that's not quite lining up that's causing this stagnation in the relationship, like a delay. So I feel like perhaps your partner is very genuine, very kind, loving, all of those things. But there's something that's just kind of causing a little bit of stagnation here. And it's causing you to just really think about your future and the direction that you are headed. And that's just causing some either delays or stagnation or just some type of like, yeah, pause, that kind of thing. And how you are feeling. So let's get some more cards, see what else I can get about your reading here. Okay, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. So there is something your intuition is trying to tell you, and you are ignoring it. The High Priestess can represent that hidden knowledge, your intuition, your subconscious. So I am getting the feeling that there's something that you don't quite, I guess, align with anymore in your current relationship, and you're just not quite sure like how to move forward now that you have this knowledge. I feel like there's a bit of repression of that knowledge, like a resistance to recognize that, and that is also represented by the Chariot in the reverse position, like a lack of forward movement. Okay, the Ace of Swords, you know exactly, like, okay, let me back up. You need to have trust and faith in what it is that you are thinking and believing, because like that is the clear indicator of what's happening. Like, this is a card of clarity, um a new mindset, a new way of thinking. I believe opening your mind to really allow yourself to dive deeper a little bit more into what it is that you have been overthinking and contemplating that you don't really align with anymore, and like honoring yourself with that, because I do feel like this is something that you're maybe keeping to yourself a little bit, and just like in deep contemplation that way, that's causing you to like not get super clear on your exact mindset or how you want to approach it, because there's that bit of like, I don't really want to believe it or face it. Okay, the Five of Cups, but in reverse. So that's the best position for the Five of Cups to be in, because this indicates that there is better yet to come. So like with these three cups here, like they fell over, but you know, he is so focused on how like, these ones didn't work out. He doesn't even realize that there's these two other cups still standing up behind him. So in the upright, this indicates like failure, regret, that sort of thing. But in the reverse, that is an indication of you moving away from those empty cups and allowing yourself and opening yourself up to the potential full cups that you have behind you, or I guess it would be then in front of you, to kind of figure out what is next to come. So I feel like you just allowing yourself to really explore your mind and these ideas or just potential like outcomes that you're thinking for yourself, and just get really solidified on what exactly it is that you want and how you want to move forward. Okay, the Four of Wands in reverse, that is the indication of like not being aligned, a lack of harmony in your home life, the family life. So I just feel like this is not the place that you want to be, and there is transition coming your way. So again, that's kind of like moving away from these things. So once you gain clarity on exactly how it is that you're feeling, then you will be able to let go of this like stuck stagnation and move in and transition into something new. Okay, let's see what else we have. The Ace of Wands, so that can represent a little bit of like a delay, a little bit of hesitation on making these moves. Again, I feel I'm also just getting the feeling that this is you kind of like blocking out your intuition. Like, this is the universe handing you these opportunities of like a new way of living, a new way of just being. And I feel like you keep going back to the tendency of ignoring that because that's a hard decision to make. So this is just really calling you to like trust yourself, trust your intuition and the universe, and allow yourself to move forward. Again, this is delays, like lack of motivation, stagnation. So this is really huge on um, you just kind of stepping up and communicating what's on your mind. Because if we don't communicate, then that again can cause things to like feel really stuck. And the thing is like I am not getting anything like super awful, I guess, about your partner. It could just be that you guys don't really vibe right now with each other. It could be that you have different goals for things. It could be maybe that there's just a conversation that needs to be had. And after that, it's going to be like, whoa, like we actually align way more than I thought we did. So take this how it resonates for you because this is a general reading. But there does need to be like some type of like confrontation, not necessarily in a bad way, but just some type of like conversation that needs to be had in order to move forward and make progress. Because if we keep staying in like overthinking mode and being stuck and unsure, nothing's going to come of that. And you're just going to stay like in this cycle of feeling irritated. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some oracle cards. Let's do these ones first. Okay. Let's see what else we get for you, group number 3. Ooh, death. So this is a big transition, but you need to allow yourself to transition forward. So whenever we experience a death, that's like saying goodbye to an old part of you, so a new one can blossom. Saying goodbye to, it could be a relationship, so you can just, live life for yourself or eventually have a new relationship. It's basically just the death of one thing has to happen so the birth of another thing can happen. So don't get too hung up on the closed doors because there's new ones that are awaiting, whether that is with your partner or without your partner. Here we have the trust card. So having that faith that things are going to work out for you, even if it feels a little bit unsure right now. Defend. So staying true to yourself, standing up for yourself and not allowing like, ooh, okay, really setting that boundary with yourself of not allowing yourself to go back into that like stuck, unsure mode. Like, defend your dreams so hard that you don't disrespect the own boundary of getting back in like stuck mode. Does that make sense? Like, really stand up for yourself. Memory. Okay, that is something that I'm getting here is like the memories between you and this person, the memories that you like have created, maybe even in like past experiences that you've had like in your childhood growing up, just whatever that could like play into the way that you respond to things, could be key here. So like, what am I trying to say? Memories of like you in your younger life can be a reflection of why you get so unsure and stagnant on things. Now, if that doesn't apply to you, then the memories between you and this person here could be why you are holding on to this relationship and not moving forward, or not moving forward with like the conversation. But either way, there is something from your past that is really impacting the way that you are handling and approaching this situation, is what I'm trying to get to. So perhaps taking some time to look within yourself and figure out why that may be, why you process things a certain way, why you feel the way that you feel, like just really kind of explore your mind. Bring love into the situation. So bring some empathy, not only for yourself, but for your partner too, because while this may feel a little bit unsure and you are feeling unsure about your future, this is also going to be something that is that they're going to have to face within themselves and within you. So just bringing kindness and empathy and just understanding into the situation is really key. Then we have you are good enough. So that's a huge indicator that you are good enough for whatever it is that you want, for achieving your accomplishments. And if that involves, getting through this time with your partner together, you are capable of that. If that involves you taking a step away and doing your own thing, you are capable of that. Like, whatever it looks like for you, you are good enough for that. And then we have faith in your dreams. So this is another like reminder that when things get a little tricky or feel unsure, just having that trust, that faith in yourself and in the universe is so, so key, because it really helps you get through all the hard times. Don't let your past hold you back. So again, how like those past experiences in your life may be a little bit responsible for how you are responding to things now. Don't let that define you. You are always capable of having that death, that change. Balance spirituality and practicality. So not only like thinking about your goals and all the different options that you have, but then bringing a more physical side to it and like planning it out, like figuring out how exactly are you going to put that in place for yourself and make it happen. Okay, lastly here, I'm just going to get a card that's like a reminder for you, something that represents you. Here we have surrender. So this is just having trust in yourself, in the universe. Just let go. Everything is going to work out in the exact way that it is supposed to work out for you. So that is your reading group number 3. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Silver Winter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one.